So this is just a brief walkthrough of the 2017 model of Whirlpool's third rack dishwasher. It's a true stainless steel with very clean and modern look on the outside, as you can see. It's supposed to be fingerprint resistant. From what I can tell, it really is. It's hard to put some fingerprints on there, so I'm happy with it in that regard. I'll walk through this menu a little closer later on, but here's a quick look at it. Opening it up, you can see that there is a silverware basket in the door. Now, I've had other models with silverware baskets in the door from different brands, and it would prevent the soap dispenser from opening sometimes. That is actually not the case with this model. I have not had that issue, so I'm pretty pleased with it. Here's a quick shot of the interior. Here's the first row, second row, and third row. And as you can see, there is a stainless steel interior. It looks very nice. One thing I do not like is the arm here. I'll show you just how flimsy it is. It actually wiggles back and forth quite a lot. If for whatever reason something happens during your wash cycle and it starts wobbling, it's going to start knocking on the top of the dishwasher, maybe on your dishes. I'm not sure why it's so wobbly. I've never had a dishwasher that it's been so wobbly. So this is the bottom rack. It does fit quite a lot of things. It's generally large, can fit lots of large items. As far as its width from front to back, it is a little shorter than other models I've had, and that's to compensate for the silverware drawer in front of it. Here's a quick look at the second row. Pretty standard for second row. Have these things that come up and down. And if you prefer to put your dishes on top, you can lower it with this button here. But keep in mind, if you do lower the top rack, you wouldn't be able to put any plates on the bottom rack. This is a review of the third row rack of the dishwasher. As you can see, it's very close to the top of the dishwasher. So you're very limited what you can actually put in here and what will actually fit. Measuring the side of the dishwasher here, you only have about 1 1/8 inch. So whatever you put in there needs to be flatter than 1 1/8 inch, such as large knives, wooden spoons, low angled small spatulas, and that's 1/4 of a cup measuring. So I went ahead and I put some normal size spatulas, your spaghetti slotted spoon, and a regular stirring spoon. And these are medium sized. They're nothing too huge. But when you go and you try and close the door, it gets stuck. It won't go in. So you're very limited to what you can actually put in there. Only the smallest, flattest of items. The third row rack is removable, and you may just want to keep it out unless you do wash a lot of flat items. The reason for that is, as you can see here on the second row, that's a normal size glass, and it is nearly touching that third row. So you're really limited to what you could even put on your second rack there without the third row actually being in the way. So normally I just take the whole thing out because I really don't wash a lot of flat items to really warrant even using it. It's just really not worth it. This is the silverware basket that hangs on the door of the dishwasher. One thing I like is that these little compartments open separately, so you can put large items in there, such as a pizza cutter, and it'll wash it that way. One thing I did not like, as you can see, there's these different size holes. I can use the back row pretty well, but the front row is very small, and I'm having a really hard time fitting anything into it. This is a really small spoon. You can get that to go in there. But But if you have a normal sized piece of silverware, such as a fork, it doesn't fit. Only the smallest items can really fit in half of the basket. So sometimes only half of the basket is I'm able to utilize because I'm washing larger forks and spoons and knives. But that's about it for the basket. So now we're going to see how the dishwasher actually cleans baked on cheese. This was a pan I cooked some macaroni in. I let it set for a couple days. I didn't clean it off very well, so we're going to see how the dishwasher cleans. We're going to be using what came with the dishwasher, so this little packet of Cascade Platinum, and then the rinse. And that's just what the little packet looks like. And it goes right in this little compartment here, and it actually slides down rather than popping up, so that none of the silverware could possibly interfere with that and keep the door from opening. And here's where you pour in the rinse aid, and that just closes like this. And you see here in the door is the silverware. And the knives here, that's about as tall as you could put in something there. Okay, so we've put it in. We're going to see how it does. We'll run it on the normal cycle rather than heavy or 1 hour. We'll see. Here's the top menu. You can put it on a sensor so it automatically censors what you want. Heavy, normal, 1 hour. Soak and clean will clean over a long period of time. Your delay, high temp, heat dry, sandy rinse, lock control, and stop and start. Four hours, 14 minutes for heavy. Normal, 3 and 11. And nearly an hour for the hour wash. 8 hours for soak. We're just going to do normal. You have to close it within 5 seconds. I didn't make it. I'll try that again. And it started. So I just wanted to make a quick video about how loud the dishwasher is. I'll put it up here so you can see. Alright, so the dishwasher's done, and we'll see how well it cleaned. So basically, there's no baked on cheese left. It completely cleaned it. I didn't even scrape that very well. I left a lot of food stuck on there, burnt on there, and it is absolutely nothing left. So it did a really good job. And as far as the clean quality, I've had dishwashers before where they left a lot of residue on glasses. This cleans very well, spot-free. I've had people comment when dishes have come out of the dishwasher, they say the glasses look brand new, that they were so clean. So I'm pretty pleased with it in that respect.